Hello and thank you for inviting me to the Neighbourhood Watch annual general meeting. I'm so sorry I can't join you in person. Unfortunately, government business is detaining me in Westminster, but I am delighted to be able to contribute in celebrating all the fantastic work that Neighbourhood Watch does. I should add that I will be going to the, in my own local area, the Croydon Neighbourhood Watch AGM in a few weeks' time. You are part of a continued effort to drive down crime that has led to a 51% reduction in neighbourhood crime as measured by the Crime Survey since 2010. That is a fantastic achievement, but of course we want to do more. Like you, the Home Office is dedicated to combating crime, which is why we've invested £125 million through 4 rounds of Safer Streets funding and the Safety of Women at Night Fund to tackle neighbourhood crime, antisocial behaviour and violence against women and girls. That money is spent on things like CCTV, designing out crime, better lighting, those sort of initiatives. Further funding will be available through round 5 of the Safer Streets Fund, which opens up next month. The programme has so far funded 292 projects and is making communities throughout the country safer. That money will be distributed via police and crime commissioners. So if you have a project in your local area that you would like to see funded, your police and crime commissioner is the person to go and speak to. We've also met our commitment to put more police officers on the streets. As of the 31st of March this year, there were 149,566 police officers serving across England and Wales. That is more police officers than we have ever had at any time in our country's history. It's about 3,500 more than the previous peak about 10 years or 13 years ago. And I'd like to see those record numbers of police officers on our street, visibly patrolling, and I would also like to see them following up all crime where there is a reasonable line of inquiry. You may have seen an announcement from the Home Secretary and I a week or two ago on that, where there is evidence to follow up, a CCTV image, stolen goods for sale online, information from a geo-tracker in a stolen car or a stolen phone. The police have now committed that those reasonable lines of inquiry will always be followed up for all crimes if there is a reasonable line of inquiry to pursue. In my view, there is no such thing as minor crime. All crime needs to be tackled. So please hold your local police forces and police and crime commissioners to account for delivering that commitment, and feel free to escalate any examples you find where that is not being done. Antisocial behaviour, I think, is something we want to do a lot more about so people feel safe in their own neighbourhoods. We launched an antisocial behaviour action plan a few months ago in March, backed by £160 million of new money. It's been piloted in 10 areas at the moment. It'll be rolled out to every part of England and Wales by April of next year. And what that funding will pay for are antisocial behaviour hotspot patrols where ASB, places of ASB concern, it could be high streets, it could be a park, wherever it is, will get intensive patrolling. So again, if you feel there's an area in your neighbourhood which would benefit from that kind of intensive hotspot patrolling, please raise that with your police and crime commissioner. It'll also fund immediate justice, where people who are committing antisocial behaviour will have to visibly, so wearing high-vis jackets, clean up the local area as a way of paying back for the ASB which they have committed. I'm also very keen to make sure that the police are using the opportunities provided by facial recognition. So if you are able to provide an image of someone committing a criminal offence, so it could be CCTV footage in a shop where there's been shoplifting, it could be an image from a Ring doorbell or from a mobile phone, the police can run that through the Police National Database, which contains millions and millions of facial images. And in the last few months, 6 or 12 months, the technology enabling a match to be obtained has just advanced extraordinarily. And even fuzzy images or partial images can now be successfully matched. So I'm asking policing to always run those images through the PND, the Police National Database, to try and get a match. And I would ask you to also hand over images where you have them, CCTV, Ring doorbell, mobile phone, so the police can run those through the PND. So I'm pushing it nationally, please do push it locally as well. It creates a huge opportunity to identify criminals and bring them to justice. In terms of campaigns, you've always worked, I know, to convey a simple but powerful message to help people understand the actions they can take locally to reduce and combat crime. This has never been more evident than in your Are You OK campaign, supporting victims of street harassment and making victims feel a little less alone. I'm very excited to see the next phase of this campaign, including your important community safety charter, which I fully support. I think that charter is enabling community groups and organisations and services to publicly pledge to challenge antisocial behaviour and harassment. And actually we're bringing forward some new, or supporting a private members bill, which will make street harassment of women in particular an even stronger criminal offence. Look, I know that over 2,500 organisations and individuals have signed up to the charter, and I will do everything I can to help you in that work. Let me just conclude by saying that the work that Neighbourhood Watch does across the country, and of course I see it in my own local borough, Croydon, which I represent in Parliament as well, is really, really important. And it is helping the police, it's supporting the public, and I'd like to just thank you for the work you are doing, which is genuinely making a difference. And if there's anything more we can do in the Home Office to help and support you, of course we will do that. But thank you again for everything you're doing.